Because we made it to another Friday.
Yes, we did. This first Friday in February, because the first day of February was Saturday.
Right.
I have no sound.
Oh,
There
how's
we go.
that?
There
All right.
you go.
All right.
Yahoo!
All right.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do a sound check because we were
No.
busy chatting with our
Yes,
guest.
I know. We have a really special guest.
Mhm.
He's been here several times before.
But he's a
and-
very special guest, and we love having Eric Ingram here.
Yep.
And we thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
arriving once again to take us into the
He
wild
wears
blue.
many different hats.
He does.
In our area. So tonight we're talking about something really, really special that came to Stewart, and it's like a once in a lifetime chance, I would think.
For a lot of people, it could be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's at Witham Field.
Yes,
Mhm.
it is at Stewart Jet Center.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take it away, Eric.
Well, we brought in the Experimental Aircraft Association brought in a 1929 Ford tri-motor airplane, and we have it available for rides Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a really neat old airplane. It's the first luxury airliner, if you will. When they first produced it, going back in the history, you think about it, you've had big biplanes and you were literally sitting in an open cockpit, which kind of figured try to do that between Chicago and Minneapolis.
Whoa.
Probably wouldn't be a lot of fun.
No.
Well, this is the first all metal airplane constructed in the United States with a completely enclosed cabin. So hence it was a luxury airliner. This particular airframe was the 69th one built by Ford Motor Company.
Wow.
That out of a total of 199. And like I said, it was the 69th one built, and it's got quite a history.
It's been in a couple of movies.
Yes, it is. It was actually in a movie called The Family Jewels years and years ago with Jerry Lewis and Sebastian Cabot. And then moving forward, and I don't know what year it was, unfortunately, but it was in a movie called Public Enemies with Johnny Depp.
Oh, I remember. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there, of the 199 built, there's only 18 of them left in the world, and there's only 8 of them left that are actually in flying condition, and EAA happens to have the only 2 that are currently flying, giving rides. So we're
Wow.
fortunate to have this airplane here.
So when we go out to Witham Field, whereabouts do we go to find this?
Stewart Jet Center.
Stewart Jet Center.
we've
Just
got-
like when the kids fly.
Absolutely. And we've got big signs out on the road, so you'll see it. You can't miss it. Go right into the terminal.
And who is the pilot?
The pilot is a gentleman by the name of Colin Susie. He is a retired airline pilot, and he has actually been flying this particular airplane for 28 years.
Is there a weight requirement to get and to go fly? I'm
Boy, there's a loaded question if I ever heard one.
because I'm thinking.
No,
Okay.
no. The
Oh.
answer is no.
Okay.
We actually, for those that have a little bit more girth than they would like, we actually have a seatbelt extender for them if need be.
Okay.
So,
But I know little planes, and you see people and they say, okay, you sit here and you sit here
no,
because
this is
the
not.
weight
Weight
establishment.
distribution. Yeah,
Yeah.
weight distribution.
Yes.
This really is not.
I thought that was a good question.
Well, it is, but this is not really considered a little airplane.
Debbie, you could actually stand on the wing of this aircraft and that no one would ever notice. The airplane wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Well, there
Okay.
is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it. Well, I'm planning on coming
Yeah, I
out.
know. Looking forward to having you guys out there.
Right. And-
This particular frame was actually Eastern Airlines' very first airplane.
Wow.
Yeah, it started out as Eastern Air Transport, which ultimately became Eastern Airlines, and they picked up 2 Ford tri-motors coming off the line, and this happened to be the very first one.
So when you say a tri-motor, explain that to our listening audience, because some people might not
3
know what that is.
3 engines, one on the nose and one on each wing.
Wow.
Right.
In case a bird flew into one, you got 2 more to work.
Back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So for those that are Raiders fans, the series of movies. Of
Oh,
the-
Raiders of the Lost
Lost,
Ark. When you
right.
say Raider fans, you're
Mm.
talking football.
right.
So
Yeah.
you got to
All right.
differentiate.
Indiana
there.
Jones fans. How's
Oh,
that?
That's
There you go.
better. Yeah.
All right. So from the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, a similar aircraft was employed in that movie. So if you're a fan of that movie, likely you'd be able to remember that aircraft. So
I'm
the
sure.
Ford Tri-Motor. So it's really a neat aircraft.
Well,
Yeah, it's
we're going to see it.
it's
this
it's a
weekend.
beast.
Yes. And so many of my customers, since Eric called me,
Mhm.
I've been talking about it. And I said, this is something I'm going to do this weekend. And I'm always doing quirky things anyway. And they know
No.
that.
Perish
You?
the thought.
Yeah, not me.
No.
Yeah, you know.
Ah,
So they're like, we saw it in the sky. We didn't know what it was, but we saw
it's
it.
a bird. It's a plane.
No, yeah, it's
No,
a Ford.
It's a beast. It's a Ford.
You know what? That would be a great commercial for Ford to put out right now.
yeah, it might
You
not be
know,
bad.
I mean, it might not be
Yeah.
a bad idea to have their cars or their everything on the ground, and then they're looking up and it said, "There's that Ford."
How about that Mustang E series next to that Tri-Motor? That would be a really
go.
juxtaposition, right?
You know, last time we had it here was 8 years ago, and a gentleman showed up, and he wanted to get a picture of his 1929 Ford pickup parked next to the airplane.
Yeah.
How cool! Did he?
Uh,
They let him
yes.
do it.
Oh, absolutely. We loved it.
Oh,
It was
how
it
cool
was
is
tremendous.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really neat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a chance of a lifetime,
Yes.
never to be repeated.
What's the odds you can have a 1929 Ford and a 1929 airplane in the same place at the same time? And
Yes.
you know, so
But we have a lot of car buffs around here.
We do.
Yes, we do.
I mean, and a lot of. I wonder if the Elliott Museum has one
Mhm.
because they have a lot of antique cars.
yeah,
over
they
there
do.
and trucks.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know,
To bring something
They
out
have
there
to-
and do a photo shot like that.
Mm.
Wow.
you know what? Honestly, if they have something and they want to bring it out, bring it on.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that happens.
Yes.
Okay, so you can just show up and to fly. If you can you actually buy the rides in advance online?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. If you go online, they're $72. If you go to the door, they're $77.
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
And how have the? I know you flew today.
Right.
You've
Yeah.
flown or you flew today. So was there a line or it
No,
doesn't start till
today.
tomorrow?
No, we actually had media flights on Thursday, and then we had started flying from 2 to 5 yesterday.
Okay.
So then we got one flight in yesterday, and the weather started getting really
crappy.
Yeah. And it was a little rough this morning,
Yeah.
but we got 2 flights in today.
Okay. So were they also media flights or were they people
No,
that
that
came?
was the paying public, and we did have a couple of people today. They won't fly unless we've got at least 5 paying passengers.
Oh no, that's
So I mean, you
it's
can't
not
afford
worth it.
to, you know. So we had 2 or 3 people today that wanted to go up this afternoon. We just couldn't scare up the 5 people. But
So they'll come back tomorrow.
yes, exactly. When the weekend's a whole different scenario.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a different scenario.
But
Yeah, right.
we had some interesting people. We had one young lady brought her father out yesterday, and turned out he wanted to fly in the airplane because they were born the same year.
Oh,
Yeah, he was 91 years old and wanted to fly in that airplane. So
how
she bought him
cool
a
is
ticket.
that?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Oh wow! So because we have you on the air today, and because of our vast listening audience, I'm going to suggest to you that you bring a rope line tomorrow, so that you can manage the folks coming to see. you.
God, from your mouth to his ear.
Right?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean,
yes.
it's normally the weekends are very good. I know that we've got at least 2 full flights booked for Sunday, and I know of probably 1.5 to 2 flights already booked for tomorrow.
Okay, so if you go online and you book your flight, is it there a time that you
No.
book in, or you just get your ticket
Show up.
and show up?
You show up, and we'll have your name.
Okay. So it's from 9 to 5
9 to
tomorrow
5.
and 9 to 5 on Sunday.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and I love the story you were telling before we went on air about the way the performance
Oh
that
yeah,
the pilots.
it's
have to-
Colin's a great guy.
Yeah.
He really is, and he's got so much experience flying this airplane. And there's I think they've got if my memory serves me correctly, they have 8 pilots for each plane.
Really?
They don't
Do
fly.
they come with the plane each time, or they?
Colin picked up the plane in Marathon. They had somebody else flying the same deal down in Marathon.
Okay.
Colin picked it up here because he's now local, and his wife runs the ticketing, and he flies the plane. Great couple. As a matter of fact, as a side note, they were keeping their boat here. They've been here for the last 6 winters,
Oh wow.
staying on board their boat, and they fell in love with the Stewart area. So they've now moved here permanently. They bought a home.
Wonderful.
So yeah,
Congratulations.
it's great to have them here.
Yeah.
But the plane leaves on Monday morning, and he'll fly it over to Naples, and he'll drop it off and drive back.
And then someone
the
else
next
will
pilot
fly.
will pick up and go.
So they have
But-
a whole crew that they go different places.
Yes, depending on where it is. And this is going to, in the colder months, they try and do a circuit around Florida. So
Right.
it's going to go, I don't know, it's Naples, Fort Myers, Bradenton,
Right.
on up until finally, the thaw starts and it winds up in the Panhandle area and then
And
points north.
Oshkosh.
Oh, that's way down the line. But yeah, Colin's description I thought was very appropriate today. He said it kind of flies like a truck, and that's not a pickup truck, that's a dump truck.
Okay.
But it's an amazing airplane.
I
So-
bet.
So,
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't believe it was like the first,
Well, it was
passenger.
Closed
uh,
cockpit.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
closed, all metal. It was the first all metal airplane built in the United States.
Because they used fabric before
Before it was all fabric,
for wings and
wood,
Oh,
and fabric.
really?
Oh yeah,
wood and fabric. Mhm.
oh,
sure. But it's the first
That was for
all
weight
metal.
because of weight.
okay.
But then, interesting enough, is the history of this particular airplane. Like I said, it started as Eastern Airlines. Well, then it went on from there. It went on to Cubana Air. It was stationed in Cuba during the war. After that, it went to the Dominican Republic. It was their very first airliner. And there's rumors abound that said it was their Air Force One.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then it came back stateside, and it was even used there as a military trainer. Came back stateside, and it was like, okay, what are we going to do with this thing now? Well, they turned it into a crop duster.
Really?
Yes, it was a crop duster for a while, sprayer. And then
which is very difficult, very hard on the fuselage, the any metallurgy.
right.
So a lot of remedial repair had to be done to make it
Yeah, no
airworthy.
doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it became it went to work for Johnson Flying Service as a transport for smoke jumpers.
Oh,
Oh,
for
wow.
firefighters?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's unique. If you go see this airplane and you say, something looks different, you'll notice that the door opening has been cut down where it used to be an oval. Well, it's still oval at the top, but the bottom is squared off. And they did that for easy ingress egress
Right.
for jumpers.
Wow.
So, like I said, it's got kind of a really stellar history. It's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Or skydiving.
It would have made a hell of a skydiving plane.
I bet.
But
When I went skydiving, it was a little 2-seater plane,
yeah.
and
Oh.
back then, and you opened up the door
Mm.
and you went out. I mean, you
Yeah.
walked on the wing
Yeah.
and you looked down and went, "Holy moly!"
Yeah.
You know, and-
not the first time you didn't. You were so pumped up the first time you just went. It was that second time you said, "What the hell am I doing out here?"
Good God.
It was the first time too.
Yeah.
I went because it was really, you're looking 10,000 or 20,000 feet down in
You
the
did
air.
not fly tandem or jump tandem.
Yes,
You
I
actually
did.
You
But
chan-
I was first because I'm on the front. I'm not on the back of the guy.
right.
I'm on the front, so I'm looking down. He's
Ah.
behind me.
Okay, so
So, yeah.
He's there pushing, Frank.
yeah, yes.
And this was
Wow.
a big guy,
yes.
and
They have to be.
I was a shrimp.
You were a minute steak. Yes.
She's just this little thing hanging on a
Yeah,
harness in front of
yeah,
him.
yeah,
True.
yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
have to. He didn't have to
No.
push her
But-
off. He
but-
just stepped out
He
himself.
probably felt like he was jumping along.
So when I went years later, now it's not like that little plane. You're not out on the wing standing there going, "Holy moly!"
Yeah.
They have bigger planes and
Oh,
they
yeah.
take more people
Oh yeah.
at one time. Well, no, it was me.
There you go.
And the guy tandem.
And so, what was the highest elevation you jumped from?
I think it was 12 feet, 12,000 feet.
12,000. All right.
Up in
Wow.
Sebastian.
Okay.
Skydive Sebastian.
Yep.
Wow. It's a good place to skydive.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I went in the evening, so you got to see the sunset.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
Oh,
nice.
And the air is calm too, right?
it was.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was.
kind of like morning. Remember years ago we used to see the balloon first thing in the
Well,
morning.
Eric and I,
Oh,
we worked
yeah.
in Sugar Hill. How many balloons that
Oh my
used to
God!
down
Well, you
back there?
remember Mark used to live right on
Right.
on
Sugar Hill.
No, he lived on Skyline,
Okay.
right on Skyline Drive.
There was balloons over Florida or balloons over Port St. Lucie.
No, balloons over Florida. I think that was Mark.
Okay.
But yeah, he was all over the place. You used to see a lot of
And
them.
I used to see you in the ultralight in the morning.
When's the last time you saw a balloon fly over here?
It's been years.
Yeah.
Many years. Many
Yes,
years.
Yes.
But I used to look forward to that. It used to be a pretty common occurrence.
I've gone. I went ballooning here.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was absolutely amazing.
Quiet.
Quiet. Yes, you're right.
Except for when you hear the
Oh, you
It's
shh.
like the burner.
Shh.
Yeah.
That's when you would go outside and you'd look up. And I lived in White City, and they would fly over, Indian River States. And
15 feet over your head.
Yeah. Shh. Shh. You like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember just being at home and sitting at the dinner table, and you hear that noise. So you go outside. What is that noise? And then you see the balloon not too far overhead,
Mhm.
No.
and it's like, wow! And you smile and wave, and they would
Right.
wave back
They
because
would
they
wave
could see
back.
you plainly.
Oh,
Yeah, they're that close.
Eric would wave back in the ultralight too,
Yeah, well,
because he
there is
wasn't
that.
that far up.
No.
I probably saw Eric flying by in his ultralight many a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people said, "Get that noisy thing out of here," but well, sorry. Hey,
It was always
Remember
exciting.
the plane that used to fly around, and I don't see it that much anymore. It had what they call a canard. It had a funny shape. It looked like it was flying backwards.
the canard.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one guy I can think of out at Witham Field now that still flies one regularly.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
they're still all over the place.
Yeah. They're a really neat looking plane. I guess it's a pretty stable.
It's
platform.
beyond stable.
Yeah.
It's actually funny to watch because you can't stall it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh no, you can't because with the canard up in the front, you got the little wing in the front, the big wing in the back. Well, if you stall an airplane, the wing stops flying. Well, it's designed so the little wing stops flying first, and it little just kind of pops through the sky. You'll stall a little wing, it comes back down. You stall a little wing, it comes back down. It doesn't care.
It's really amazing to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting airplane.
It really is. But nothing is more amazing than this 29 Ford.
Are you going to go out and see it?
I'm going to go and see it. Absolutely. I take my wife tomorrow. Sure.
Okay.
We'll come
We'll
out.
get you pictures in it. And,
Yeah.
Frank, you can even sit. I'll make arrangements. You can sit in the cockpit and even make airplane noises if you want.
Love it.
Uh,
That is great. Oh, very cool. Very cool indeed. So let me see. Is that your phone? Whose phone is making
Not
that?
mine.
not mine.
Not mine.
Mm-mm.
It must be yours.
No, not mine. Somebody's buzzing. All right. Well, let's
I know better than that. Put your phone on silent.
all right. We're gonna go on break now. And then
We'll
when
be
we
back, and then Eric will be back, and we'll ask him a few more questions.
Yeah, we're expecting
to
a
go.
weather report from
Yes.
up north.
Yes, we are.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Bigfoot is going to call in.
We are back, and just as predicted, we have our caller on the line to give us a weather report from Flat Rock.
Yes.
How's things up in Flat Rock right now?
Flat Rock is quite chilly. It's about 35 degrees, and tomorrow we have a 60% chance of snow, believe it or not.
Whoa.
So that means it's going to go below 32 degrees.
So you're going to get a lot of ice?
Yeah, well, you guys probably got the rain that we got up here. We had massive flooding up here, but tomorrow it's going to be lots of snow, probably in the morning to afternoon area. So
We got rain during the night. It started somewhere around 3 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, I know we had another torrential downpour. And then by around noon, the sun started coming out.
Yep.
So we're in about the 70s right now, which is a lot warmer than where you are.
Hey,
yeah,
didn't
it's
turn
in the
to snow.
it's in the 30s with about 40-mile-an-hour wind. It's been quite gusty up here. So.
Yeah.
Yep. We had some wind
Yeah.
gusts too, but they weren't 40 miles, were they?
No, I don't think so. It was breezy, but it wasn't, I wouldn't say that strong. No.
Okay.
No.
So do you have the fireplace going?
Not at the moment, but Deb, we have a question because we're watching you on YouTube. We want to know if you lost the weight so you can go on that plane trip.
Yeah, she keeps talking about weight. You know, it's like she's just a little bit of a thing. So it's pretty funny.
Yes, I can't wait to go on this plane ride. A 1929 plane. And it's the first airline. I think it's going to be a hoot.
I remember the plane actually in Indiana Jones. It was towards the beginning where he hops on. It was the guy, his name is Lao She, who's chasing after him, and then he jumps on the plane and he closes the door and it's Lao She Airways on there. I remember the Ford Tri-Motor on there. What's it called? The Tin Goose, they call it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. Excellent.
Wonderful.
Well, thanks for the
Deb-
weather report. Go ahead.
Yeah, Deb, somebody wants to say hello to you.
Okay.
Why not?
Hi, Deb.
Hey,
Oh,
Aunt
yeah.
Pat. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Good.
How are you and Uncle Ed?
We're doing fine.
And are you staying toasty warm?
Yes, we are. We were out a little bit today, but yesterday was a horrible, horrible day. We had, I don't know how many floods. A lot of the streets were closed downtown Hendersonville because of the flooding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you still
But
have
every-
the spring thaw to worry about too.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Well, they woke us up at 5:30 in the morning with an alert on all our telephones saying that we were in a flood watch.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. Well,
So what will that do to the apple crops? Anything with all this weather?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Last year they were fine, but every year there's something, that goes wrong with the apple crop. But last year we had a lot of apples.
well,
so-
good.
Wonderful.
All right.
I know those Honey Crisp. I know Patrice likes them. I like them. And
Yeah.
they're just about as sweet as you can get.
So is Debbie telling you to send her down some apples? It sounds like she's getting hungry. Yeah. All right. All right.
Well,
Very good.
okay, not too many apples, Deb. You got to watch your weight. All right?
That's right. I won't get on the plane if
Okay.
I gain
Well,
any
we're gonna-
more.
We're gonna have to make it a quad motor instead of a tri-motor.
That's right. You're right.
All
Okay.
All right.
I'll give you guys a call later when we're off the
All right.
air. You
All right,
guys
we'll
have
be
a great night, and thank you for
All right.
calling in and giving us the weather report.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Take care. We'll be right back. Just when you thought it was safe.
Haha, we're back.
We're
We're back with
back.
vengeance. And you know what we have?
And you got family watching you.
Yes.
Wow,
Isn't
so-
that
And they
exciting?
can see you plainly now.
Yep.
Yes, because we've reoriented the
Yeah,
camera.
you can see how much weight I lost. But you know what? I'll
Right.
gain it back because we have 2 tickets to
You're
the
go-
Martin County Fair.
And you're going to be going to, you go every night.
I do.
So you're going to eat the elephant ears and all
No,
that?
no,
So what do you
no.
eat when you go to the fair?
It depends. Sometimes nothing,
Oh my God.
but sometimes
That's-
it's like
Sometimes.
a corn
that's-
dog,
Okay, a corn
You
dog.
say that-
Yeah.
you know, or a barbecue,
All right.
or the pizza.
Right.
No,
No.
it's not cooked enough.
Okay.
All
right.
Then you have to make sure the sausage and peppers are really cooked.
Yeah.
Wait. Now let's think about this. You said, first off, how many nights is the fair? She's already mentioned 4 different meals, Frank.
Right.
Yes.
But she
but,
doesn't eat.
but she doesn't eat every
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. Yeah.
Only from a woman. I love it.
But you know
Okay.
what I like? I like when we
What do
go
you like?
and
Tell
and-
us
and
what
the-
do you like?
Besides
the
the sausage
sugar-
and peppers.
the sugar field,
Yes.
Big Sugar or Crystal Sugars is always there, and they give away bags of vegetables.
Ah,
And so one night at
Okay.
least, I get a bag of vegetables
right.
and take them home.
that's good.
Yes.
It kind of balances out.
And the other
stuff.
night, I like to go see our robotics team because Martin
Yes.
County has they win.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
won state
Award-winning.
awards.
Mhm,
Yes, they
mhm,
are.
yep.
And Eric has them on the young.
On the Young Eagles program.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And what amazing that young man was at the University of Florida, wasn't it?
Well,
Or
no,
Gainesville?
he actually tried to get into MIT. He just got a rejection at MIT.
No way.
Because apparently they have enough students of Indian descent.
His brother got in.
His brother is still there. I think his brother's a senior this year, but he called me the other day and he said, I got accepted to Caltech.
Whoa.
I was like, okay, you go, boy.
Whoa.
So,
I mean, this is a brainiac.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he'll do well. Caltech is great.
It's
School.
right up there.
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, he's
Hey,
still about landing on your feet. Yeah.
MIT is not still completely off the table,
Right.
but for the moment it is. So,
Right. I guess they have a
Wow.
quota system, I guess.
oh yeah.
All right. So we don't have a quota system here. We just give away tickets. And so we have a 2-pack. So you can bring
You can bring someone with you, not like when Frank gives me a ticket and says, "Oh, you want to go with my son Scotty?"
yeah, I've done that.
Yes, you have.
I have done that. That's true. Yeah, but so no restrictions. You just have to show up, bring any guest of your choosing, and Debbie will have her own tickets, so you don't have to worry about bringing her. And
And
so
the first night of the fair is free.
yes. So don't use this on the first night.
Right.
So, but give us a call, 220-9788 in our
772.
right, 220-9788. And the operator sounds a lot like Debbie.
Yes, it does.
And so give us your name and phone number. We'll leave your tickets right here in the studio and you can retrieve them and then take it with you to the Martin County Fair and enjoy your 2 free tickets.
So
So
what
and-
caller are you looking for?
first caller.
Yep.
Doesn't get
Whoever
easier.
calls in.
Yeah.
We're lucky if
If
someone calls
If
in.
you snooze, you lose. Yeah. My favorite time we did a call in for a prize was when we were doing the show with Craig Worley, and he was dying to figure out how many people really listen to Mrs. Peters' Party Time.
Right.
Right. So he reaches into his pocket, and I told him, I says, you cannot make an offering unless, because FCC rules require you have to have the product in the studio.
Exactly. Yes.
You can't say, well, you pick it up so-and-so place or so-and-so will have it for you. The FCC says, not so much. So he reached into his pocket, pulled out a crisp $100 bill. And I think he said the 8th, 9th, 10th call or something like that. The phone was ringing off the hook for a free $100 bill just for the 10th caller. And that was very cool. So people do listen. They're very bashful and they
we-
generally
yes,
don't
they
call
are.
in.
And they don't call in, but we do have a
But
vast
for $100,
listening
they'll call
audience.
in $100, real money. So you don't have to do anything but dial the phone.
Well, we're
So
not
that was
giving
great.
$100, but
No.
we're giving 2 tickets.
But we're going to give
the
you
Martin County
lots
Fair.
of fun, which is worth it. More
The
than
last
yes.
year. This is the last year it's in town.
right,
It's moving out towards Indian Town.
right,
So if you want to take advantage of it being local,
right,
right here, walkable,
right.
rideable, 220-9788.
Is there going to be any shuttles going there as well?
I'm sure they usually do.
Yeah, I should give Jay a call and kind of get.
I messaged him and see if he could come in, and he wants to come after the fair.
Give
'cause
us
he
an
wants
after action report. Yeah.
and what the new fair is going to be like.
Yes.
They got 107 acres or 110 acres
It's
out
huge,
there.
huge.
It'll
Yeah.
be wonderful.
Lots of elbow room.
But what they do with 12 acres
Mm.
is wonderful.
Mm.
Yes. But, Sawyer Brown's going to be there.
All right.
And we got a couple virtual groups that are going to be there, a journey.
Okay.
And every night, something different is going on at the Martin County Fair. If you're bored in Martin County, like I tell everybody,
Yep.
it's your fault.
Yep.
Because this weekend we have the quilt show
Mm-hmm.
at the Port St. Lucie Civic Center.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Greek Festival going on.
All right.
We've got the car expedition this weekend. We've got it in Indian River, Martin, and St. Lucie County. So there's lots of things going on.
Indeed, there is.
And I got a list.
Okay. And checking it twice?
No, Santa does that.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And we've got
Yes.
the Ford
Let's
plane going on.
Yeah, number one on your bucket list. So you want to get out there. How early do you get there in the morning, Eric?
We,
for this?
we normally pull the plane out between 8 and 8:30, and
Okay.
we shoot for 9:30 first flight, depending
Okay.
on what the weather's doing.
All
Okay.
right. So
And it's supposed to be great weather for the
Yes,
next
absolutely.
so get out there early, sign up so you can be one of the very first to be
2 days.
on
Wear
the-
your aviation suits.
Yes. And bring your cameras. Take
Yes.
pictures.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very cool. I love the even the landing gear is just so cool looking.
Yeah, we actually had a couple come this afternoon
Uh,
to get on one of the flights. And he said, "Can you wait 10 minutes?" We're just like, "Okay, but why?" "I want to go home and get my GoPro."
oh.
Oh.
Yeah, came back. He wasn't going 10, 15 minutes. Was pumped. He got a lot of good footage.
Wow.
Wow.
Very
That's a
cool.
great idea.
Yeah.
So this is just an outstanding aircraft, real piece of history, and it's right here in Stewart. And so do take advantage of that.
But what else have you got, Deb?
Yeah. What else?
Oh,
what else is
in
there?
Martin County, we've got the Arts Foundation for Martin County's 33rd Art Fest is 10 a.m. to 7 Saturday and 10 a.m. to 5 on Sunday at Memorial Park.
Okay.
There is a $10 fee or donation for the Arts Fest, and you will have it doesn't really say how many artists are going to be there, but I know it'll fill the park. Memorial Park is a great park to walk around. We got the Working Horse Classic and Festival is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow at Standing Oak Farms at 6780 Southwest Martin Highway, Palm City, which is the horse country. That makes sense.
Hmm.
The 49th annual Blessing of the Fleets.
Okay.
That's been, I remember when Francis used to head that up.
Mhm.
We'd have boats come from all over. And it starts at 11 a.m. and travels along the North Fork of the St. Lucie River.
Yep. And coming
So-
up on the 20th of this month, we're going to have the blessing of the flagler.
That's right.
Looking forward to that. We're going to have
I-
a priest and a rabbi.
There's
there.
so much going on at the Flagler.
Mhm.
It's amazing. Yes. The Botanical Gardens Festival plant sale is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday in Port St. Lucie at the Botanical Gardens at 2410 Southeast Westmoreland Boulevard. There'll be 50 vendors and nurseries from across the state, and they'll have exotic plants and tropical plants, and I think fruits and vegetables, which is good. The Peacock Art and Craft Fair is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday at Cool Beans. I love that Cool Beans Brewery.
Cool beans.
Cool Beans. Cool Beans Brewery, and that is on Delaware Avenue in Fort Pierce. Mardi Gras is at Tradition Square. Is 3 to 9 Saturday, and that's way out west in Port St. Lucie. If you like to go, that's their own city, basically. Let's see what else we got. We've got the Greek Festival
Yeah.
this weekend, and that's on 2525 South 25th Street in Fort Pierce, and that is how many? Doesn't say how many years. How it is, but that's been going on forever,
Yeah.
since before the 80s.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Long time.
A long time. Admission is $3. Kids are free.
Okay.
So there
Again,
you
you
go.
can get in for free. You're just a big kid.
Thanks, Frank. It's okay. So I can get on the plane
I think
as
so.
a little kid and
Right.
get in for half price. And,
Yeah.
and now I'm a big kid going to the festival.
Just a kid.
Yes, just a kid. And
Yeah.
I go to the fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
I
all
think
good.
I think it's
It's all-
wonderful.
it's
And as
all
long
good.
as you don't go overboard at the fair, you can still fit on the airplane.
That's right.
Exactly. Not too many elves.
I'll be on my 4-pound hula hoop tonight and tomorrow night just to keep that
Just
everything down
saying.
and working.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I love it. Debbie takes a good-natured ribbing very well.
So we're on our last break.
Yes, it
We'll be
is.
back. Don't go away. We have lots more.
That's right. So stick with us.
Woohoo! We're back.
That's right.
We had our last break, so here we are. We're winding down on a Friday night, and it's still light outside.
Yes.
We still got a little bit of sunshine out there and a little bit of
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
Usually we're walking out of here in the dark.
That's true. True enough. So I want to talk about this past weekend. And
did you have an exciting weekend? Tiffany got home and it was really, you got the, since she's Chinese, you got the swing out.
Stop it. Stop it. So the Flagler hosted a wedding this past Sunday, and you volunteered to help out. My son showed up with a couple of his buddies, and because there was a lot of setup, as you can imagine, for a big shindig.
Yeah,
right?
you were worried about the dance floor and doing this and the lighting and
I had a dance floor to assemble. So so Saturday I happened to be making a deposit at Seacoast in Jensen. And who do I run into but Nick from Tropical Smoothie? And he says to me, "So what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I work over at the Flagler, and we got a wedding this weekend, and I'm looking for some food to feed all my volunteer help." And he says, "Oh, I can help with that." I said, "Really?" And he says, "Well, what time do you want me there?" And I said, "Well, 1:30 is about right, is what I expect." And he showed up at 1:30, and he had a platter of food, a whole tray of smoothies, and it was just wonderful. So my son and his two buddies and Tom Horn.
And there wasn't a crumb left.
There was no. Those guys.
They're hungry guys.
They eat like thrashers, right? So. But it was wonderful, and I want to thank Nick and the folks at Tropical Smoothie for stepping up huge to be a part of the community and to show that they are.
They're center where Ross and everything is, aren't they?
Well, they own so Nick and Tropical Smoothie in the area.
Okay.
I think there's about 3 or 4 stores that they own.
Okay.
So
well, that's good.
Nice. So likely, if you're in the area and you go to Tropical Smoothie, you're going to be dining with one of their family members from Nick's family. So yeah, they're just a great crew and wonderful people. I'm delighted. And I found out that, by the way, Tropical Smoothie does do catering. So
wow.
So they can cater. If you have an afternoon
that would be a
luncheon.
good thing. You need a whole list of caterers.
Yes.
For the Flagler Center, so that you could actually give it to people, and they can pick and choose who they want if they're having an event there.
Absolutely.
And what a great place to have an event.
Oh.
You don't realize how big this facility is and how many different events you can do.
Right. And I put the shout out too. If you know somebody that's looking for about 850 feet of office space, office commercial, we've got 850 feet available. It's wonderful. We include electricity, air conditioning, and Wi-Fi for $2,000 a month.
Wow.
So, and a room with a view. It overlooks the river.
Oh, yes.
So not a bad.
Hey, that in itself is worth $500 of that $2,000.
Right? Yeah. So it's.
And you're in walking space from all the restaurants downtown.
True.
Right.
I mean, you're right in the hub of everything.
Right. Yep. You step out from the Flagler, you get onto the river walk.
Right.
And you can walk.
There's a little partition there where you can walk right on the Riverwalk and walk all the way down to the Riverwalk stage, walk all the way down to Sneaky Tiki and the Colorado Hotel, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And my wife and I, we walked all the way down to Shepherd's Park. So we walked up to past we went to the marina,
right?
Sunset Bay Marina, and then we just kind of did the little.
Have you guys gone there at night for sunset and go to Gilbert's Bar, the coffee shop?
I haven't been to the coffee shop yet.
They have the heaters outside and
right.
What, the fire pits?
Well, Sunset Bay Marina, I actually gave them that name because back in the 90s, after the maybe early 2000s, but around the 90s, after the new Roosevelt Bridge was purchased, would have been in the 90s.
After Finn's was there.
Yes.
Remember Finn's was right there?
Correct.
And then it was Lord Chumley's
Yes.
used to be there,
Right.
and Pier 4 or 5, another restaurant used to be in that area.
There was a sister. It was owned by the same outfit.
Right.
And anyways, so they had all this land that was cleared for the Roosevelt Bridge. And so the government gave that property to City of Stewart in lieu of giving them money for some of the redevelopment that they had promised the city that they would do. This as well.
Oh, okay.
We'll give you the property, and I know I
So
know.
the city of Stewart owns that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they own the marina and the building that's on the marina. But anyway, so I was looking to do something to make Stewart Main Street, even back then, more than just the core downtown. Although the core downtown is vital, we want to incorporate more of the community.
Right.
So, and the sunsets there were just
They're beautiful.
breathtaking. So we developed what I called the Sunset Celebration Wednesdays. And we just had a guy would play Jimmy Buffett music would come up with there and people would bring their picnic lunches and their lawn chairs, and we'd sit outside and watch the sunset and listen to some nice guitar music like that.
Nice.
It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
And they still have that.
And so
They incorporated it into the marina now.
right, but anyway, so I'm glad to be a part of that.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're all glad to be a part of Martin
Yeah.
County.
You bet.
St. Lucie, Indian River, Palm Beach County, whatever,
Mhm.
you know, wherever direction you're going, there's
Mhm.
always something to do.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
right. So we got like
And a lot of
minute.
good people to do it with.
Yes. Are we almost out of here?
We are almost out of here.
Okay. Eric, do you want to give a little synopsis again? Tomorrow,
Hey.
9 to 5?
9 to 5 tomorrow, 9 to 5 Sunday. Come out and ride the Ford Tri-Motor.
If you want to go online, it
you can
is
go-
flytheford.org.
Exactly.
Call 1-877-952-5395. Get tickets online.
Correct. Or you can just pay at the door when you come in. Again, $77 at the door, walk-up price. $72 if you do it online, and $52 for kids.
Wow. Oh, that's
Uh,
right. That's why you said I could get in as a kid. It
Right,
saved
of
me 20
course.
bucks.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice because a little bit of that does stay right here in Martin County with the REAA program.
Wonderful.
You know, we get a couple bucks on every ride. Not a lot, but we get a little bit, and it all goes toward REAA Youth Education Program. So
Wonderful. Kids fly for free. That's the
our
Young
Kids
Eagles.
Fly Free Young Eagles program.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ciao for now.
I was premature in my
You were?
yeah.
That's
I got-
okay.
I'll give you another minute.
Another minute.
Yeah. What else could we cover? Oh, we still didn't get that phone call.
No, we didn't. So if no one calls in, I get 2 more tickets.
No, we want to give them to one of our listeners. So
Yeah, we
please give
do.
us a call and we'll make it available for you here in this.
220-9788, 220-WSTU.
Right. Oh, exactly.
Everyone's too busy driving. You can't talk
Yes,
and
Right.
call
Balance
and
the phone
drive.
on your lap. Yeah. You're not
Yeah, I
supposed to
know.
pull over. Give us a call.
Right.
Yes. 220-9788. If not, you can always call the morning show. Bonnie and Evan will be
The
delighted.
Get Up and Go show.
Right. They will be.
They will be here Monday
Mhm.
morning.
hmm
And it's a love week next week. We've got the snow moon this weekend.
The who
The,
moon?
the big
Mhm.
the big full moon, the snow moon.
Snow moon.
And it's snowing up north. So what better to call it?
God, you learn something new every day. I never
I-
heard
yeah,
of the
yeah.
snow moon.
I've heard of a blue moon. I've heard of a harvest moon.
Right. They have the wolf moon. They have
A
the
red
corn moon.
moon.
You know, and you can give a moon if you want in the car.
Whoa.
Ooh. Wait,
How many-
that coming out of a mouth of a child like this
Yes,
sitting next
I
to us,
know, I
Frank?
don't-
Please.
I don't understand it. So
Hey, wait, she's trying to get on the plane as a child.
Right.
Okay,
Oh.
never mind. I'm not
Who's the
going there.
pilot?
No,
Oh my
we don't go there.
God. No.
Anyway, fly the Ford.
Yes.
Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.